Hey everybody, welcome to a new video. This is going to be about reference, how it can be the key to drawing. Sometimes you can always draw from your mind's eye and getting comfortable with that, but sometimes reference can be key, and I thought I'd try to explain that. So with reference, a lot of the drawings, sometimes I do, reference does come in handy a lot. So sometimes with any drawing I've done, reference can be key, digital or not. Anything in general, it can be very helpful. So if you want to check out the layout video or just some of the time-lapse videos, those will be linked in the description and pinned in the comments. But if you're like me, sometimes magazines can also be helpful for reference. So I can say that much. But here's the thing. Reference can be very helpful for studying the anatomy of yourself or just pictures on the internet. And in general, using reference to get the central figure that you're trying to draw done better can be key. Studying from life, studying the shading, sticking to the penciling stage is extremely helpful. Sometimes doing that can be very key. To understand where you want to color. Using a blending stick, these are very helpful in the penciling stage. um, and also using lead pencils or just any type of graphite, no matter what it is, mechanical or not. Like this, for instance, is extremely useful. Doesn't matter what it is, just in general. Drawing from reference and tracing, light boxing, can be extremely useful. As you can see a little bit, sometimes some paper it can shine through, but also just drawing and figuring out certain characters like features and poses. If it's not your property or something, can be extremely useful. Just doing them first, and also just studying, where, like if it's a metallic structure or cloth, you know, anything in general. Just drawing from reference can be extremely key. Doesn't matter what it is, if you're trying to draw a figure, or just stuff in general. It can be extremely helpful. Like using a light box or just a blending stick can help out, especially if you're finger drawing, which I've not really done too much of, but it can be extremely helpful to figure out your lights, your darks, stuff like that. Comic artists use it a little bit, but doing layouts is also key first to get the rough idea before you take like a photo reference. Getting the reference, down first. I will say finding the right reference can be a lot difficult. Studying it is even more so. But the thing is, for this, even with this drawing, I was using the reference. But also, when it comes down to things, having a layout can be key, but reference is pretty much everything. Especially if you're drawing from life, making sure you have the right reference. Even for this prowler here, I actually had to study the style of like Into the Spider-Verse to understand what I was doing and how to draw things. Reference does not have to always be photos or complete images or stuff like that. Reference can be toys. Reference can be anything that you can have. It's pretty much just up to you. For instance, this first attempt at an Umbrella Academy poster, notice the problems in the style, and it's not very good. But compare that to this when I had reference and full on an understanding of the layout. It's a lot better, a lot more depth of feel, a lot more understanding, a lot more going into the inking, and using the reference and the layouts that I did, it can be very key. So noticing the boy here, it's a lot more easier to follow and understand. And you can use yourself as a reference. It doesn't have to be perfect. but blending the two together can always be great, using reference, but also the subject matter itself. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this just rough understanding of reference, just like this Jin Sakai figure here. But make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments down below.